What's up, loan officers? Happy Tuesday. Today we're going live in a bunch of places, and that's because I'm trying to just get this idea and concept out there a little bit and give you a little taste of it, and then we'll pull it back and kind of go into probably just live on YouTube, maybe in one of the groups that we're in right now. But make sure to drop a like, share it if you will. Leave a comment no matter where you're watching it from. I appreciate you being on with me today. And I am, as you see, my background is a little different today. I am at UWM in Detroit, Michigan, and or Pontiac, Michigan, I guess. And I'm in the hotel, so apologies if the internet gives out on me here, but I think we should be able to have it hold up as long as I don't talk too long. I think I'm nearing the end of my first 24 hours here. So learned a lot today at training. It was all about recruiting, and really recruiting is just another way of giving value and hoping you're getting it back. And so it's just kind of like everything else. But I'm going to dive in, and today and in this quick video, we're going to talk about kind of social media design for the modern loan officer. So we're going to talk about designing your social media, designing your outreach, planning out your content, and kind of figure out what our objectives are versus what social media's objectives are, and kind of how they differ and how they're the same, and how we need to support what social media wants it to be, which makes our life a lot easier as social media creators and all of that stuff. So appreciate you being on. Make sure you leave your questions and comments. I will put them up on the screen. We'll answer them if you've got them. So your goals generally are to strengthen relationships and cultivate new relationships on social media. And if your goals are not that on social media, they need to be. So write that down. Goal 1, strengthen relationship. Goal 2, cultivate new relationships. Get to it. Obviously, if you're approaching it in the incorrect way, and this is actually applies to real estate agents, loan officers, or anyone utilizing Facebook or social media for business, your goal is to get deals. And so if your goal is to get deals and then you don't get a deal, you think social media doesn't work. What you're missing is all of the other background stuff that comes into play. We'll talk about that. So the platform's goals and what you need to keep in mind as you're posting, as you're creating content, as you're pushing things out there, what you need to keep in mind is that the platform goals are to keep the users engaged and grow its user volume. So I think the first one really is where we can put our focus as modern loan officers and mortgage brokers, and that's really focusing on how do we keep people engaged. So I'm going to just start you off with some basic usage targets. And a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching you is coming from Glover U. And I've also been a member of Next Level Loan Officers Coaching as well for a very long time. So a lot of this stuff is kind of recycled information from those coaching programs, but the concepts they're so perfect and so dead on that I want to teach them to you today. So the usage targets that you should be utilizing or really shooting for, and there's 3 different levels of this. So number 1, newbie. If you're a newbie to social media and you're like, how do I get started? How much do I post? What do I do? Just aim for 3 posts a week. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a very easy way to approach that. And you're going to want to do 2 business posts and 1 personal post. And I say that just so that you can get in the role and get in the flow of posting. So then when you're ready to step it up to the next notch, you're like, I got that as a routine. You step it up. The moderate modern loan officer posts Monday through Friday. And this is super easy. You just add 5 to 10 minutes to your business day. And you're going to post Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday as a business post, which puts Wednesday and Friday as your personal posts. And you start to transition into that type of everyday poster. And then as you grow from there, you're going to jump into being an advanced, and that is Sunday to Saturday, baby. That is every single day, and sometimes multiple posts, and if not every day, multiple posts. And Monday, Friday, and Saturday are generally the perfect days to post personal content. You get to engage with your audience on Monday, you get to engage with your audience on the weekend, and everything works out perfectly for that. So if you're able to do that and step up to that advanced level, what you want to do is mix in at least 1 live business video. And so Real estate agents, this one's easy, right? You're out showing homes. You want to put a live video on of showing the home, making it super easy for you to create that content. As a loan officer, maybe you want to go live and present the concept of a new program that you just got. Also promoting something personal in that video so that you're making a connection, telling a story. These are important things. So going back to why we post, generally we want to post what? To get a deal, right? We want to post to get a deal. Reels for deals, I've heard, and that just doesn't work, right? You have to be able to post on social media and let go of all attachment of an outcome. And this is an extremely difficult thing to do as a loan officer because you're taught that if you do X, you will get Y. And we've been taught that for so long, and it creates imbalances in our business because we just want to go after X so that we can get more of Y. Call 10 realtors, get one deal, right? Social media doesn't work that way. Sometimes you're going to post and you're going to have 600 interactions and not one person reaches out. And then sometimes you're going to post, you're going to have 2 reactions and one person messages you and now you're off and running and you've got a new deal. It doesn't matter. So if you can let go of that, we want to execute on certain things. So the modern LO needs to do one of the 5 following things. Number 1, educate. Number 2, entertain. Number 3, motivate. Number 4, build trust. And number 5, promote the community. So if you're posting, you must accomplish one of those 5 things in your social post. So if you're able to go ahead and produce one of those 5 things, you've already won. Whether or not it gets you a deal the next day or gets you an interaction the next day or anything like that, you're able to then recognize that that is what on social media. And so I would very, very much encourage you to make those posts. So if you want a list of content ideas for these posts, of each one of these categories, feel free to comment post ideas in the comments below. So again, comment post ideas and I'll get you a list of different ideas for each one of these 5 categories. And then make sure to hit like on the post. So this is great, but how the heck do we get started? These things are awesome. How do you get started? So I want you to look at your own profile and I want you to look at your personal profile because right now, generally, if you're new to Facebook or new to social media, we're going to ignore the business profile except for one thing, and I'll bring that up later. We're going to look at your own personal profile, and I want you to just look at it and look at it as a consumer and say, okay, what information am I getting here? So if we go ahead and see if I can present my screen. Get to my personal page first. So if we look at my profile, which I'm live on, so it's going to be kind of goofy. But if we look at my profile right now, let me even zoom it in a little farther for you. Look at my profile, you can see that I'm highlighting here in the intro things that I want to introduce. I want to introduce that I'm a thought leader. And if you'll notice, my mortgage guy is actually last. And that's because that's one of the things that I don't represent myself as in the forefront. Because a modern loan originator, a modern broker, we don't necessarily talk about that as like the entry point. Because it's just a side effect of what we do. While it makes us some money and we're able to interact with people because of it, if you're presenting yourself as a mortgage broker, when you introduce yourself in that way, whoever you're introducing yourself to puts you in a box. And so we want to forward with all of the other things we do. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm also an originator. I also write mortgage loans. So if we can help with that. So if you'll look here, you've got this is kind of weird watching myself from before. But if we look here, we've got profile digital creator, which is ideally the profile you should be selecting. We want to, going back to the intro a little bit in the bio, we want to make sure that it shows what you do. If you're an award winner of any kind, I would highly recommend putting that in there. And then if you want to, put multiple ways to contact yourself. So this is where I say that you can put the business business page in. Really, you just want to have a business page created so that you can be able to have somebody click on that, right? So that shows what I am, that shows where it is. And then it also shows all of my other profiles here. So these are my multiple forms of contact right here. So that's the utmost importance on your personal page. So the next step for you then would be to go ahead and decide if you are a newbie, a moderate, or an advanced poster. And don't lie to yourself, because if you try to be an advanced poster and you fail, you're going to quit. And it's okay, but you're going to quit. And you just have to recognize that, like, you know what, you're right. I don't have to shoot the moon. I can start with 3 posts. And it's just to build the habits. And that's what you need to recognize is, like, you're not going to see the outcomes. And maybe you will, actually, because you're new. Facebook may push you farther or wherever you're posting. But recognize that it's not always about the immediate response. Now, you want to definitely create a content calendar, and we can work through this together if you want. Feel free to reach out. I can help you work through this. But when you create a content calendar, you need to stick to it. And so I recommend doing this weekly. You can find monthly layouts on there, but really just printing off a calendar from somewhere and putting it in. The next step to launch your reach and to really launch like into being a professional on social media is joining 3 local Facebook groups and then jumping in and providing value. And by value, I don't mean the stupid crap where, like, someone's looking for a lender and you're like, I'm a lender, and you tag yourself. That's not providing value. Providing value is when someone's asking about something that you have expertise on, you jump in and you say the value. Stop trying to sell people through comments. It doesn't work. Especially when you haven't built up any credibility or any stability in your social profile. So somebody goes and looks at your page, you haven't posted this in 2021, they're going to look at it and go, really? This guy's a lender? This guy's a mortgage broker, and he doesn't post on social media? How is this person a modern loan officer? I don't want to work with somebody that's archaic. So the next step would be then to set aside 30 to 60 minutes a day to be active. You already do this. Look at your phone statistics. You're already active for 30 to 60 minutes. You're doing this, and all you got to do is add your other thumb and provide some value. Find some posts to comment on and do this and input value. And this isn't about creating issues in posts. Like, don't counteract somebody and say, you're wrong. This is actually how you do it. It's more about presenting the fact that you understand how things work, and you understand that not everything's perfect, and you just recognize that. And so you're not telling people that they're wrong. You're just jumping in and providing some more information around what you do. And maybe it's about biking. Maybe it's about, how do you fix a back tire when you're riding down the road and you hit a cobblestone in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it busts your rim? Where do you go? What do you do? All of those things, get your name out there. And then if they see you and interact with you, they're going to click on your profile. They're going to try to figure out who you are. And then that's where you have all of those pieces of information laying out who you are. And so you don't have to explicitly state anywhere besides on your profile that you're a real estate agent. And I've preached to hell and back on this, but stop posting multiple listings and doing only anything but posting listings. You're not Zillow. You can't compete with that massive company. Stop trying to compete with them. It's not about the listings. It's about the value. It's about the persona. It's about the connection that you can provide to a client. And again, I just went back to real estate agents because I'm so used to coaching real estate agents. But for loan officers, it's not about the product. Introduce a product with a story. Don't necessarily talk specifically about a product. So introduce how you solve a problem with one of the products that you have, instead of just saying, this is the product, these are the bullet points. Boring. Nobody wants to watch that. So to grow your social media following, one of the things that I've had great success with is actually when you introduce yourself to people, you're already networking. When you actually network with them, just get their Facebook profile and get their IG. Hey, what's your name on Facebook? I'll add you. Hey, what's your IG handle? I'd love to follow you. And then you just engage with them and you create more conversations. And it's another access point for you to connect with another professional in the industry. And then number 9 is simply just watching the level of conversations go up. So you're able to recognize that when you start posting more, people are going to post and comment on your stuff. When you go out and you engage with other people and you interact with people in groups, your level of real estate related conversations will go up without you explicitly saying anything about real estate in those groups or in those comments. Actively engage, have thoughtful comments, and just make sure that you're turning social media into social. So again, all we're doing is replacing small habits with better habits to create the version of the modern loan officer that you want to be. It's very, very simple when you make it very, very simple. Instead of making it business about your job and about this, and it's a task I have to check off and I've got to do this every day, just start incorporating it more into what you're already doing, and you will recognize a large change in your business. So again, if you're looking for the content ideas list, make sure you comment post ideas, I said earlier. Actually, content ideas at the end of the video, so I'll know how long you watched this. But if you put it in the comments, I'll get you a copy of the list of those 5 different content features and different content ideas, and we'll be able to get your content level up. So next time we do this, I think we're going to do it again in a couple of weeks. We'll be talking about utilizing Facebook Live and YouTube Live on a higher level to create more social content for you from the stuff that you already know how to do. And I'm pretty excited about that one because this is one that I do at a high level. So you'll actually see this video that I just created right now chopped up, and you'll see it in little snippets over the course of the next week. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you to do on the next one. I hope you have an awesome Tuesday evening. We'll talk to you.